American way.
Sensation Station Network.
See ya. Welcome to Atlanta where the players play and we ride on them things like
Man, we're going to our second interview brought to you by Oracy Software. Go to Oracy.com, ORASI.com for more information. Make sure, man, introduce our second guest.
Man, it's our peoples, man, our family. Retired WNBA, Duke jersey. She gonna have WNBA jersey retired real soon because she just balls like that. Our forward/center and our shot blocker, Elizabeth Williams, to the microphone. What's up, Elizabeth?
What's up?
What's happening?
Just hanging out.
Yeah,
just hanging out
big
there.
time, big time. Signed that deal, but we'll keep going. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you that. You said you played China this year. You decided to play China. Mm-hmm. Was it because you wanted to get back quicker, or was it just a better deal, or how did that work for you this year?
It was kind of both. So, I made a good amount of money in China. So that's why
let's
people,
not get it twisted.
CTC.
That's why people want to go play in China. I mean, they have a lot of money there. But I also liked that the season was shorter. I mean, I don't want to. My body has been going nonstop basically since college, and I wanted to really have a nice long break before this WNBA season, and it's paid off a lot. I feel really good physically, mentally. It's really nice.
Now, in between your seasons, you also did USA Olympic trials. Talk about that.
Yeah. So that was kind of the first set of the USA camps. There's actually another one coming up. April 23rd to 27th that I got invited to along with Lasia and Tiffany and Brittany. So, yeah, it's just a cool experience to be around literally the best players in the world and the best coaches. I mean, the coaching staff, we have Don Staley as the head coach. And our assistants, we had some of the WNBA assistants, and some of them are also former USA assistants. So it was just an awesome experience.
And it was to see for your teammates there. Mm-hmm. That was got to be awesome. We're going to talk more into that when we come back because, the dream was represented well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was deep.
I mean, we got ballers, man. We got all-stars. We got ballers.
So we just get started with this because we got to talk about that. We got to talk about this 18th season, new coach, players.
Yeah, life after Coop.
And Angel is back.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about all that, man. So
I really want to talk about that, but we won't talk about that. That's right.
Connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, Beyond Differences and I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You played it. Well, we back, man. I crushing every with Elizabeth Williams. Center for Your Atlanta Dream. Right, quick. Hey, before we go, I did promise somebody we're going to talk about it in a few minutes. But May 26th is the very first game this year, the home opener for Atlanta to get for Atlanta versus Dallas Wings, and the Atlanta Dream will be doing a pregame tailgating party before the game. And they would like for all y'all to come out and enjoy it.
Let's get it.
So let's make it a party out here in these streets.
Let's get it.
What's been the biggest thing? There's a lot changed since last year to this year. We got a new coach, Nikki Collins, in town. What have you been able to get from Coach so far, the times that you've been around her?
So actually at that USA camp that we mentioned before, we all went to dinner with Nikki Collins, Darius as well, and then the players that were there. And we just got a chance to kind of talk to her and kind of see what she's like off the court, too. Mm-hmm. So that was good. And I've talked to her other times over the phone and through text while I was overseas, just, about how we want to play. Obviously, like, we have Angel coming back and just kind of putting all these pieces together now. So we have a lot of talent now. It's just a matter of how we get everyone on the same page on the floor.
Now let's talk about the draft is coming up. Your draft memories. You went 4th overall, big balling first rounder. What do you remember about draft night?
I just remember my heart was pounding most of the night. You really don't have any idea where you're going. Like,
right.
It's true. Like, I mean, your agent might have an idea, but teams can make trades, in these back rooms that night. So you're really just kind of hoping your name is called and, hoping you're going to a good place. So I was just really nervous, really excited. But it was I remember it being a really fun night.
What was the biggest part about it? Was it just the anticipation when you finally heard your name? Ooh. Did you the walk to go? What was it like for your jersey?
Didn't want to trip up the steps because you got to go up the steps and take the picture. So
that was a big thing. Name that's over with now. Don't trip.
Yeah, and then also there's a really big media circuit afterwards. So after you get drafted and you take the picture with the jersey, you go in the back and there's just kind of a line of reporters and cameras and stuff. And
waiting for you.
It's kind of
media row, baby.
Yeah.
Were you that type, though? I mean, you seem a little soft-spoken sometimes. I know you're on the court, you can get fired up. But when you start getting into that media and all that, was that that wasn't your thing back then?
No, I'm not a huge social butterfly. So, I mean, I'll talk, but it's not like I'm oh, camera, let me talk about this. No. Just...
You want to interview?
Right,
I know after the game. You want to talk?
Okay, I got you. Right.
Well, one thing I know you were excited about because you did a lot of tweeting during the Final Four. Mm-hmm. Just talk about the excitement of what this did for women's basketball.
Oh,
just
gosh.
Just the Final Four and the championship game.
I mean, it was so impressive. I think, sometimes people complain oh, it's only all the number 1 seeds. But to me, that's the best because you truly saw the best 4 teams on the floor through the entire Final Four. And those are the games you got. You got overtime games. You got buzzer beaters. I mean, a buzzer beater to win the national championship after you hit a buzzer beater to go to the national championship.
To be Connecticut, they undefeated.
Yes,
Connecticut.
it's
2 years in a row they get their heart broken.
No, it was almost the same spot.
Just about.
Gino said, I want to keep learning those lessons.
Right, I'm over that.
They just start switching rims. We got to change this up or something.
Yeah, but it was incredible. I mean, I think Enrique was on Ellen, and Kobe is he's a big women's basketball fan.
Without a doubt.
It's always good when people can see a big face like his, supporting the game and realize hey, this women's basketball, it's just as real. It's just as
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, and me and you were kind of on the same tweet. Jason Williams had put out. He was saying that he wished the men's game would advance like that because what I've always said this, what you're able to see, if you really want to see the movement of basketball the way the plays are supposed to be run, you have to watch the women's game because the guys, let me just use my left athleticism and just go by somebody. No, run the set the right way.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about when basketball was first played and they were thrown in a peach basket because they were shorter than the peach basket.
Right.
Now, guys don't even have to. They don't even have to jump to put the ball in the basket.
No more. It's
it's the game. The men's game is so different now. I mean, from how, but we're kind of forced to still play basketball under the rim, in a basket. The basket is above us. So, I mean, it's different, but it's really good. It's good stuff.
I was mentioning a little bit during before you came on about Macy was talking about your being a big time player, but to be with Duke and to have your number retired. And I just saw the little special with you, Lindsey Harding, and Elena Beard. Y'all three, the only 3 women to have go to Cameron, your jerseys up there. Is it surreal sometime for you?
It is very surreal.
You're up there with Grant Hill and Leighton and all those people.
Yeah.
Liz, don't know.
You're a Duke legend.
You're a legend now.
You're a Duke legend.
It's crazy. So I think one of my friends was actually on campus, and they kind of redid the entrance at Cameron. So they have like that section where they talk about the retired jerseys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's you." I'm like, gosh, it's still so weird to think about. Even doing the interview with Elena and Lindsey, like I remember watching them on TV, and they were so good, and just like they so defined the program. So to be mentioned with them was such a big deal for me. So sometimes I like don't even realize it's surreal.
Go to legendary Cameron.
Well, you're in that. You're one of those people
Right,
now.
right.
Everybody's gonna look to you like that now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
It is.
no, it's not. That's
I mean,
what they do for ballers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just like, woo.
Baller. You talk about we're going to get into the dream because we went into the rundown with you, but when you was in the final, when you played in the tournament, because we still have that tournament. That was a great tournament. When you was representing Duke in the tournament, what was it like going in there and playing in that 64?
Oh, gosh. There's really...
Because y'all had a squad at that Duke.
Yeah, we did. I was surprised we never won a championship, honestly.
Yeah.
But the tournament feel is so different, too. Like, because, any game could be your last game. And think about it. Like, only one team is going to win their last game.
Right.
So you have to look at every game as, like, this is all I have. It's like all those practices that you did, even the ACC tournament, it just doesn't compare to...
No, it's one and done.
NCAA. Yeah, yeah.
It's over with.
Yeah.
We're about to take us a quick break, and then we're going to the rundown. We're going to continue with Elizabeth because we got to talk about this 2018 season.
Yes, sir. It's around the corner. Camp on the way.
Championship of us. We'll talk about it.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
Connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, beyond differences in I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
Oh, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I could really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hey, become the new you at Cobb County Kia. We still have 0% for 75 months on Optima, Forte, Sorrento, and Sportage. We also have that 90-minute guarantee. So this is what you do. Shop Cobb County Kia in Kennesaw and CobbCountyKia.com. 90-minute guarantee by appointment only. Purchase must be on in-stock unit. 90-minute guarantee based on original customer agreement to terms dependent on credit. Lending of $500 will be paid by check once the loan is funded by lending institution or may be deducted from the price of the car, whichever customer chooses. See dealer for details. So this is what you do.
We go into this Crush Rundown brought to you by Cobb County Kia. Cobb County Kia, home of the 90-minute guaranteed delivery. Go to CobbCountyKia.com to find out more. Crush Rundown, make sure we still got to talk to our girl Elizabeth Williams.
We got to.
Center. Forward. I think she's still playing the basket, though, so she's still doing what she do. She still got moves under the post.
Skyhook,
she got all those blocking shots. She doing old school. So, 2018, the team didn't finish like we thought we were last year. But when you got 5 USA players going to the USA tryouts. There's a lot of expectations on this team this year.
3 All-Stars.
Yeah,
all of that.
So, what are your expectations this year?
Well, definitely to make playoffs. That's like
we got to do that. We have to do that.
I also think, I mean, we got to win more road games. I think last year was like our worst road record. And I think with this team and kind of the pieces we picked up in free agency, having a deeper bench, I think that'll help us on the road a lot. So starting with playoffs and then kind of going from there. Yeah.
Now, have you decided what sneaker you're going to play in this year? For some reason, I see you playing in this new LeBron for some reason. I keep visualizing you in this LeBron.
Yeah, so the 15 is an option.
I be on it.
Yeah, I like LeBrons. I do like LeBrons. For USA, I was wearing the 14s with the USA colors, but
that's why I got
might be
it
the
from.
15s. But there's also a.
You could just let it roll, man. You had a good one.
Yeah, that's why I got it from. I was just roll, man. I tried to make sure I was right.
Yeah. And they have another shoe. It's I forgot. It's called like Hyper Zoom or something. It's not as fancy, but it's super comfortable.
And that's important.
Yeah.
We need you comfortable.
I mean, it's still a pretty swaggy shoe though.
Yeah.
So
we need you comfortable.
Okay. You talked about your offseason, your free agent Jessica Breland signed, and then you also got Renee Montgomery being signed. It just should make a big difference from y'all because now we can go into the bench. You got more size. You re-signed Imani. You re-signed Demarius. I don't want to say her name wrong.
Demarius. Yeah.
Demarius. You're deep. You're big. You're strong. I mean, we all know who's the Minnesota's linking in the East. So about your squad, you know, one of the things you got a girl coming back from Syracuse. Brittany. She's gonna come back with a year under her belt. Got some overseas too. The team should look strong. It looked great. Like I say, we got to play the games, but we all are getting excited around here about the squad. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think we're all excited. I think this kind of a new vibe and energy. Obviously, like with Coop gone, it's a little different, but like we have a whole new staff. We have a new GM, so it's kind of just like, okay, like we get to start fresh. We get to build with what we already have and kind of add on to it. So I think there's generally a lot of excitement around this season.
Now, one of the things that made me happy, reached out to you, we got the extension done. How important for you was that?
It was huge. I mean, I love Atlanta. I'm actually buying a house here.
Okay.
So the timing was pretty cool when my agent was like, oh, yeah, they want to sign a...
That don't hurt.
Yeah. You want to sign 2 contracts, a house and an extension.
Right. Like, okay, so I'm not making bad decisions there.
Right.
So, yeah, and I think there was just a mutual interest, you know, between the team and myself of, like, wanting to be in Atlanta, wanting to grow the team, and kind of grow in the city as well. So I was floored. I was excited.
What was one of the things that you did play in China that you want to work on from last year to this year, personally, as far as your game is concerned?
Well, I worked a lot on like strength and quickness. Being able to actually have an off season, I could work on those types of things, like just functional movement, so that my body can be moving at its as well as it can. And then just extending my game a lot more. I shot a lot more, like out to the 3. So hopefully I can bring that into this year and build with what I had in the low post.
Yeah.
Me personally, I see a Defensive Player of the Year award coming for you. Can you visualize that as well?
Yes, that's a big goal of mine. I got that award in college, and I hope to get it in the pros. So, you know, with being able to kind of move a little quicker this year, I think that will be a big part of it.
Well, and this is why it'd be significant for you, because the one thing I always say the difference between the NBA and WNBA, the post game. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of big-time post players in the WNBA. Mm-hmm. You know, the MVP. Yep. Sylvia Fowles was there. You got Brittany. You got you got Asia, I want to say her name out, from South Carolina coming
Asia
in.
Wilson.
So she's going to be a number 1 pick. So you got a lot of the post game is important. Mm-hmm. You being able to play down there, how is it for you? Because every night is somebody different. It looks like I got her tonight. Hi. Yeah, I got her tonight. Hi.
I mean, Big Sil. That's tough. I actually played against her in China. I was like, dang, like she's still just so good.
Stop following me.
Right. Can I get some space?
See, I need one off season without you. Right.
No, but like you said, the post game is a big part of our game. We still have like true post players. I mean, obviously they've expanded their game a lot more, but there are a lot of like back to the basket, big, strong players, and I enjoy it. I enjoy battling every night. I'm kind of undersized in my position, so it makes blocking shots even more fun.
Right.
It makes me feel a little bigger, you know.
Right. Because one of the things that I always enjoy, you're not one for, get that out of here. You're more, hey, I'm going to get the block, but I'm also trying to maintain possession.
Yes, let's go.
Was that just something fundamentally always taught to you, or
that sounds like some Duke stuff?
Yeah, that do sound like some Duke stuff, don't it? It sounds like
it was something that we talked about in college. I mean, I'll still throw stuff in the stands. Like, don't get me wrong. But,
yeah.
But it's nice if you can turn it into a block / steal / rebound,
right,
and then kind of get the break going, especially with our team, because you know our team, everybody wants to run.
Everybody want to get out.
If I can keep the ball in play and
get it to
toss
Brittany,
it up,
right?
And Brittany's just running.
You would be funny. Sometimes they start running like, y'all ain't got the rebound yet.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, look, can somebody come back to the ball?
It can't take off.
Just the wings tip and Brittany gone.
Can we get a little help underneath?
Right.
Lasia, come back.
Wait.
Have you talked to Bree? Holmes.
Oh, I haven't talked to her. Well, I mean, I congratulated her.
Okay.
But I haven't talked to her since then. I gotta check in on her.
Check on him.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss our hairdos this year.
Yeah, 'cause she can't every week.
Yeah.
Her shoes match.
Oh yeah, she was styling.
She was the high fashion of the team. Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
She be like, nah, this hair didn't work. Road trip when they come back. Yeah. I shoot better with this hair. Like, oh, okay, Bria. Okay.
With this hair, we're gonna come back. We're gonna wrap up the interview with you because we want to talk about something about rest and body and how much does that make a difference in the years, because some players don't play overseas that we get to see playing in the league, and they seem to be a lot fresher towards towards
we're gonna
August
talk
and
about it.
September
Right.
than other people. So y'all stay with us, man. We'll be right back.
A dream of the future brought to reality by Sensation Station Network.
One of the most dominant home court.
You can't touch me, you're not man enough. And that's all she wrote. End zone touchdown.
Hey, man, we're going to this Crush Second Hour brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Go to cricketwireless.com to find out about all the specials they got going on right now. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about. We're in the second hour of the show, doing our Crush the interview brought to you by ORC Software, broadcasting live on the Sensation Station Network and also on WBOZsports.com. We're in here with Elizabeth Williams of the Atlanta Dream. And, and just, we always know that a lot of you ladies have to play overseas because money and things of that nature. But some players get to be able to stay. And do you see that difference sometimes when you're out there playing, or is it? I think people don't understand that part, because I think sometimes y'all would play all year and then you go into the season. It's like a one long year for y'all. Y'all don't even. It's just basketball. Do you see the difference sometimes when you're out there playing?
Yeah, I mean, I even see the difference when I'm working out, like now, because I had a couple months to first rest and then kind of work on myself. And you could feel the difference. I think also mentally it's a big difference.
Right.
Having a mental break from playing, as opposed to last season, I literally missed training camp and missed preseason games and went straight into playing, and it's just not the same. And even for coaches, they want to have their whole team around, and it's hard when, you only have like 5 of your core pieces really.
So how long did it take you to get in the groove when you was in WNBA last year?
Ooh. I mean, it took me a couple games. Like, obviously, if you haven't really practiced, you can't. It's not. You can't just like.
We need you. I know you're tired.
But does that time difference also? Does your body have to readjust to coming from overseas time to being back at home time?
Yeah. So I think the break that I had was literally just to get back on East Coast time,
right?
And then I just had to come to Atlanta at that point. So it's tough, and I mean, you see it in players that are able to stay in market or, in the States, whether it's like through doing broadcasting or an internship or whatever,
Right.
they definitely do come back fresher. I think obviously physically, but also mentally, just more ready to play, and you can see the difference.
When you do go back to camp, what are some of the things? I mean, like I said, team is depth. We got positions back, and all that. What can Atlanta fans expect for this year?
Well, they can still expect, the run and gun type of offense. We still have some serious athletes on our team, but I think you'll see a little more structure, a little more half-court offenses, some more consistency with our offense that you weren't seeing before. Again, like, we still have the athletes. I think defensively will still be a problem. But I think offensively, I think we'll see a little more flow in how we run things.
Now, I don't want to throw our guy Coop under the bus because he is our guy. But do you think the transition this year will be just a little smoother, knowing that, you know what, we don't have just that all the time, and now we may have a coach who kind of can more relate to what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to take time for sure, especially with Angel coming back too. Like, that's a whole nother piece that you have to incorporate.
Right.
But I do think it'll be a little better, a little different in that sense. And I think it'll be good for us, for the type of players that we have and the type of pieces that we're bringing in. Like, bringing in vets like Breland and Montgomery, that can also kind of help add to that.
Let me see, man. We're just going to do it this year, man. We're going to be excited.
I already say we're making a run. I put that out there already.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. I put that all the way out there.
I want to put you on the spot. So playoffs is we feel playoffs,
Yeah.
but a lot of us around here, do we feel more? Can we? Minnesota's in the East. You know what LA Sparks doing. You know what these teams are doing.
Yeah.
Phoenix and all that.
We own LA, so we're going to get into that.
Yeah, no, I do. I actually do think we'll go pretty far.
Even with this weird one game, 3 games.
Well, hopefully we won't be in a position where we're in two single elimination games.
That is true.
Like, if we get a good seed, like, that's when
you get to sit back and
that's
watch.
and that's when good things can happen. If you're the underdog, because you got a couple chances to get some wins.
We gonna get this good seed.
So I think, I think we can actually push pretty far in the playoffs. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
I already got us down to run the East, so I'm ready.
Yeah, we traveling in a 3-game series. We're gonna be on the road with y'all this year. So.
I'm going to Vegas too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Definitely making a trip to Vegas.
I feel like everybody's trying to make a trip.
Everybody's trying to make a trip.
Oh, Vegas.
We're going to Vegas.
Y'all rolling down. We be like,
we had to crack. Y'all got bed check, but wait, we gonna be down.
We downstairs. Thank you, Elizabeth, for coming on. Tell people where they can find out more about you.
You can follow me. My Twitter and Instagram are the same, so it's E_Williams_1.
Yeah, you gotta do the underscore because
you gotta do the underscore. If not, you're not gonna find her.
Yeah, Elizabeth Williams is a very common
name. She'll be around here like, man, that's not her.
E_Williams_1. Well, we thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
We'll be right back. Stay with us. We got some photos to take.